Alright, now that the engine's on the ground, I've already started to disassemble it. I've already pulled off everything I'm going to need. Flywheel, front cover. So now we're going to start pulling off things like the oil pump. We'll pull off this side cover here. There. Rocker cover. And the head. We're going to start with the rocker cover, because I'm kind of interested to see how they got oil fed to the valve train up here. So we've got two bolts. There's one there, one there. I'll get them taken off and bring it back. I'm about ready to pull it off. Alright, now one thing I did notice, as you can see, I got the bolts and the nuts pulled off. There's supposed to be a sealing washer, a copper sealing washer underneath them. These didn't have that, but we'll try to get this pried off. And I see yeah, so that's how they did it. Got a fitting and a hose put into there. See this tube here, that's what's supposed to be feeding here. That comes from that center cam bearing down there that's all spun out and bad. So guess we'll have to figure out, pull this off, and I don't know, probably just junk this. So I'll bring it back in a bit. Alright, up next we're going to take the rocker arm assembly off. There, he's got a bolt. Let's see. Got one there, there, and over there. Get that pulled off, and then the push rods, they'll just slide right out. And then we can take the side cover off there, get the lifters, whatnot pulled out. But I don't know, maybe we'll pull the head off first, and we'll see how it goes. But we'll get to pulling that off and we'll come back. Alright, we got the rocker assembly and the push rods out. And it's not real terrible on there. That was, which one is it? This one's kind of got a cup worn in it. And this push rod here has got that weird shiny spot. None of the other ones have it. So I guess I can't get to all the head bolts right now, so I think what we'll do is we'll take that cover off and go from there. Alright, I got the cover off. I got the lifters pulled out. They don't look too terribly bad. But one thing is that whoever was the last one to put this engine together didn't put the keepers back in. There's supposed to be a piece going here and over here. It's supposed to hold these in their bores. So there's another thing. So now I think what we're going to do, gonna get the oil pump pulled off. Just the two bolts there. It should pull straight down. Then maybe we can get the camshaft out. Camshaft is just these bolts here and should pull right out. Alright, I took the pickup off. That's just held on by that cotter pin there. And that gear up there meshes with the camshaft. I'm gonna need 2 hands for that. Alright, pulled it out. Don't look too bad. That's that gear that meshes with the oil pump. Turns that. Don't feel too bad. This is that center part where that was sticking out from the bearing. Up in there. Alright, so I think maybe now we'll tackle the crankshaft, get that out of there, and maybe we can tip this thing up and finish tearing her apart. Alright, slight change of plans. I got it tipped back up so I have access to all the head bolts, well, the head nuts. One thing I noticed is that when they put the head on, they lost a washer and they just used a piece of flat bar. So we're going to get the impact out. We're going to take off that one, got 2, there, there, here, there, and all along there. We'll get all them pulled off and we'll get it pulled out. Alright, got the head off. There's the first look inside. This would be number 3. This would be where the cylinder in which the antifreeze was leaking into the crankcase. Don't look too bad in there. I mean, I'm going to try to get these head studs out. I'm going to come over here to the head. And that one, here, turn the light on. That one's got quite a bit of buildup on it. I got ones like those. And then this one here, I've never seen anything like this. But I'm thinking if I didn't have to replace the whole block, definitely would be time for a rebuild. So I'm going to try to get these head studs out, and then maybe we'll flip her back over and go after the bottom end. Alright, got it laid back down. I got most of the studs out. It's not worth it trying to get those, especially if you're going to mar them up that bad. I don't have a stud remover tool, so I got most of them. Now we're going to go after pistons. There we just got more fold over locks. 2 bolts to take the cap off. They should just push right out the top. Get to doing those on all 4, and we'll come back. Alright, got the pistons out. Didn't look too bad. And on these, there's, you see, you got numbers stamped on there. And the number would go to the camshaft side. It'd be sitting in there, like a better way to set it up, like that. But we got all 4 of them out. Next up, we got to get the rear main seal off, which is just a whole bunch of bolts all the way down there, around. And we even got to split it, bolts up there. So I'll get to taking that off, and then we'll come back and tackle the crankshaft. Alright, got the rear main seal off. In here there's felt. It's 2 pieces. And then even on the crankshaft, we got a spiral groove, so that if any oil gets out to here, that groove will help direct it back into the crankcase. Next up, we'll be pulling the crankshaft out. And there's just, you got 3 mains, safety wire. So start pulling that stuff off and come back when it's out. Alright, got the crankshaft out. And the bearings don't look bad, even in the caps. The only thing I can tell is that, as you can see, the line there in the middle, you run your finger across it, you can feel it. I think that has to do with the groove in the bearing there. And there's still antifreeze coming out of it. So maybe what we'll do next, we'll get this stuff out of the way, maybe we'll flip the block upside down, do some exploring. See if we can figure out where the antifreeze is coming from. Alright, I couldn't get the block to sit up right. So, that's an empty block right there. Now I'm kind of looking. Here's a number 3. Kind of looks like there's some moisture. I'll turn the light on. There's some moisture up in there. And I think, as you can see the green right there. So I think the crack is behind the sleeve, and the sleeve's not sitting in there right. But then you can see all the cobble job welding they did in here. A lot better. And as you can tell, try to get there. That hole in the bearing, there's supposed to be a hole behind here, behind where the bearing is, somewheres. I don't know exactly where it's supposed to be, but that's what feeds oil to the top end. But I might try to pull the sleeve, but I think we're going to call this done. So, until next time.